With over 70% of Japan being covered in mountains, most of which is forested, the country has an abundance of tunnels. They can't be avoided. From the mountain roads to the highways to the city streets, they're everywhere in Japan. And legend has it that many are haunted.
It is really dark out. All things considered, this area is actually pretty creepy. It's about 1 a.m. We've come out here for the sole purpose of finding this tunnel. It's actually on Victor's recommendation that we came out here.
What could I say? I like creepy stuff.
So tell me a bit about this tunnel.
I was looking for really creepy places. A lot of tunnels showed up. There's that one over in Kyushu, Inuyaki or something like that. But this one popped up quite a lot. The only thing I really know about this is you see people mysteriously vanish inside the tunnel. You hear voices while going through the tunnel. But most of all, the scare factor of this is that once you go beyond the tunnel, there's a mirror that's facing down. And if you look into this mirror, it's supposed to show you how you die. And I think that's kind of like the spook factor in regards to this. And I mean, it's creepy enough as is.
We just came around the corner and you can't even see the end. Victor is afraid of these little alcoves here, which are tucked in and fairly dark. Like you cannot see a single thing. The thing is, I swear that I hear people talking from down this way, but I don't see anyone. Started coming down pretty bad out there, so we are gonna head to the other side of the tunnel to get a shot of that mirror.
Before we check our fates in the mirror, I wanted to swing by and show you one of Japan's most famous haunted tunnels, Isegami Tunnel. Many stories of tunnel hauntings in Japan are born of workers who have lost their lives during the construction of the tunnel. Isegami seems to hold to this narrative while adding stories of a disappearing woman who walks the tunnel. Explorers be warned, there was a new tunnel built, but let's check out the original.
It seems to go through waves of these moments where it's clear like it is now, and then other moments where it's completely fogged out. A few years ago, they didn't have the lights inside, which really added to the creepy or scary effect of the tunnel, especially with the water running down the side here, which is on both ends. I actually find this area a little more peaceful than anything else. Let's go inside for a minute and see what it's like. Even here in Tokyo, right in the core of the city, there are tunnels that are said to be haunted. Perhaps the most well-known of which is Sendagaya Tunnel. And while it is called Sendagaya Tunnel, it's really more of an underpass, but it's what it's an underpass to that tells the story. You see, up above here is a cemetery. Now this cemetery was here long before there was a road cutting under it, and the origin stories of the hauntings say that the construction was rushed in order to complete the tunnel on time for the 1964 Olympics. And while Victor himself isn't here with me today, oddly coincidentally, this building here is called Victor Studio. And some say that if you listen carefully to tracks and songs that are recorded at this studio, sometimes you can hear faint screams or cries in the background. Now on its surface, the tunnel doesn't really come across as all that scary or creepy. So had I not already known about the story, probably never would have suspected it. I definitely never would have suspected a cemetery up on the roof. But for now, let's head back to Kyoto and check out that mirror. Alright, so we are up on the tunnel overpass right now, and there's this mirror right here, and they say that if you don't see your reflection in the mirror, it means you're gonna die. But I see me. I see me. And I don't think I'd be able to do a video on tunnels in Japan without showing you my personal favorite tunnel in probably the entire country. No stories of hauntings or anything like that, just a really neat tunnel with an incredibly low clearance. Like at its lowest point, this tunnel is only 170 centimeters. It is quite an incredible experience just to walk through it. And yes, I have hit my head on this thing more than once. And while it's closed off to cars right now, watching taxis come through here is always quite the experience. The little emblem on top has just enough clearance. You always think it's gonna hit, and then it never does. We can't see anything on either side. Dude, can you imagine if the lights went out right now?
Oh, that'd be the last thing we...
Oh, God.
What's up, man?
I got a question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
Do you regret not looking into that mirror in Kyoto?
The ones with the creepy tunnel?
Yeah.
You know what? I chickened out, so I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I regret not looking at it. I don't know, one of these days we get a chance to go back, I gotta do it, man.
You know what? Let's go back to Kyoto, man.
Well, then hell yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. I'll see you soon.